Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends the second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation in New Delhi, also attends exhibition at the conference. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh attends multinational exercise Tarang Shakti in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, says exercise underscores growing stature of the Indian Armed Forces. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer promises 10-year plan to fix health services in crisis, says UK's National Health Service needs major surgery.
Major surgery, not sticking plasters. We've got to face up to the challenges.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets India's Paralympics contingent in New Delhi after their historic 29-medal campaign in Paris. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is attending the second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation at the Bharat Mandapam in capital New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also attended an exhibition at the conference on civil aviation. India's Civil Aviation Minister Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu was also present on the occasion. This conference and the adoption of the Delhi Declaration represent a significant step forward in advancing safety, security and sustainability in the Asia-Pacific civil aviation sector. The conference brings together transport and aviation ministers, regulatory bodies and industry experts from across the Asia-Pacific region. The conference was also addressed by India's Minister of Civil Aviation, Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, who highlighted the spirit of cooperation that exists among the countries of the region.
This leap exemplifies our Prime Minister's commitment to drive India towards a more inclusive and connected future. As we approach the adoption of Delhi Declaration, I would like to share our Prime Minister Modi ji's vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, which means together and for everyone's growth. This approach fosters global partnerships, leverages collective strengths, and ensures that development benefits are widespread, inclusive, and we leave no one behind.
India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh attended the second phase of the multinational exercise Tarang Shakti in Jodhpur in the Indian state of Rajasthan. Tarang Shakti is aimed at enhancing operational coordination among friendly countries. While addressing the event, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh highlighted its goal to enhance operational coordination among allied nations. The event features aerobatic performances by Surya Kiran and Sarang teams, with Tejas and Sukhoi performing these daring stunts. Air Force chiefs from 7 countries are also attending the event, along with 3 Army chiefs of India and the chiefs of foreign air forces. 16 countries are also participating in the exercise as observers. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the India Defence Aviation Exposition IDAX 24 on the sidelines of the Indian Air Force Tarang Shakti exercise in Jodhpur.
सिर्फ एक इंपोर्टर कंट्री के रूप में देखा जाता था, लेकिन आज भारत लगभग 90 कंट्रीज को आर्म्स एंड इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट करता है। इन्हीं सब का परिणाम है कि आज भारत अपनी ज़रूरतों के लिए डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर रहा है, लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ हम अनेक विदेशी इक्विपमेंट के पार्ट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी अपने देश में कर रहे हैं।
Tarang Shakti 2024 was a great platform for exchanging ideas and strengthening mutual friendship fields. The American Air Force, the US Air Force with its F-16s and A-10C Thunderbolt II took part in the multilateral Air Force exercise in Jodhpur. DD India's Vishal Barrister spoke to Deputy Commander of the American Air Force. Listen in.
Tarang Shakti in Jodhpur ended on a great note, and I have with me Major General from USA, from US Air Force. Let's talk to him. This multilateral exercise, it's being held in India after more than 6 decades.
Yeah, we're so excited to be a part of it, and we're very excited at how it went. The Indian Air Force was fantastic. They're great hosts. The training was top-notch, and I think everybody came away with the exercise with a lot of lessons learned and things to take back to their own nations to improve on the next exercise, because we plan on coming back again.
What has been the biggest takeaway? US Air Force participating, and you have your best foot forward now, F-16.
Yeah. So we had a multiple aircraft. We had the A-10, F-16, KC-135s, our tankers, and C-130s, all here participating in the exercise. And I think the big takeaway was really the partnerships that were built during the exercise. There were so many times where we were able to talk just face to face, and that's interpersonal relationships. That's how you build partnerships. And they did a great job in the exercise of doing that.
There are plans to phase out A-10. So what it would be replaced with?
The A-10 will be replaced with the F-35 eventually.
And now, one last question. You also went and saw the IDEX-24, and you've seen India's air defense capabilities, which is said to be indigenous. So what do you have to say on that?
What I saw was some great technology, some great initiatives, some great innovation at the IDEX, at the booths and the stands that I saw. So we're excited to partner with India on some of their thoughts and ideas and innovate with them.
So there you heard Dave Prefererio, and he is so very happy to be part of this multilateral exercise. And yes, it's a long way to go as far as India and United States air defense cooperation is concerned. With Cameraman Piyush in Jodhpur, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India.
India's biotech sector is set to shine on the global stage with Global Bio India, a mega international event organized by the Department of Biotechnology and Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. This 3-day event will bring together national and international biotech stakeholders for collaboration, investment and knowledge exchange, driving the future of the bioeconomy. Our correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya has more.
The most awaited biotech event of the year, the Global Bio India 2024, is here. The 3-day event starting from 12th of September promises to be a hub for collaboration, investment and knowledge exchange, aiming to drive the future of bioeconomy.
There are a billion reasons to invest in India today, which is soon becoming a favorite destination. The reasons being that India has 60% share of global vaccine production. It has the second highest number of US FDA approved manufacturing plants outside the USA, and the opportunities for investments are available in biopharma, bioagri, bioindustrial, bioenergy, bioservices, as well as in the medtech. And therefore, to usher in a bio-revolution in India is synonymous to the IT revolution driven by the Western world.
The theme for this year's Global Bio India centers on biomanufacturing, bioinnovation and biotech startups, focusing on how biotechnology can address global challenges related to health, food security and sustainability. The event will see over 30 countries, more than 10 Indian states taking part. Also, more than 5,000 delegates, 500 plus exhibitors, 1,000 plus startups and more than 130 speakers are expected to make the event a grand success. It will showcase India's growing biotech prowess, foster international collaboration and present significant opportunities for innovation and investment in the bioeconomy. The Global Bio India 2024 is expected to play a major role in giving India's aspiration to become a global leader in the bioenergy sector. At the same time, it also expected to give wings to India's dream of becoming a 5 trillion economy and be a Viksit Bharat or a developed nation by 2047. With camera person Saurabh Bakshi, this is Tapas Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
In a landmark initiative aimed at promoting and enhancing India's tourism sector, the Ministry of Tourism of India has launched Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024. This nationwide poll encourages citizens to celebrate the diversity of the nation by voting for their favorite tourist attractions across various categories. DD India's Kriti Vadhera reports.
In a bid to bolster India's tourism sector, the Ministry of Tourism has unveiled Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 2024, a unique nationwide poll aimed at capturing the public's view on the country's best attractions. From spiritual havens to cultural landmarks, heritage sites to adventure activities, citizens are being invited to vote for their preferred destinations across a range of categories, including spiritual, cultural, heritage, nature and wildlife, adventure activities and others. To make participation seamless and accessible, the poll has been integrated into a dedicated microsite on the MyGov platform. By simply scanning a QR code, citizens can cast their votes for their favorite destinations, making their voices heard in shaping the future of Indian tourism.
हम चाहते हैं कि भारतवासी कैसे ट्रैवल करते हैं, कहाँ जाना पसंद करते हैं और जहाँ वो जाते हैं उसके बारे में वो क्या महसूस करते हैं, मतलब क्लीनलीनेस है, हाइजीन है, सेफ्टी है, वहाँ क्या पसंद आता है और ऑल्सो कि क्या वो चाहते हैं कि सरकार इम्प्रूव करे। तो इस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने जो माईगव पोर्टल है जिसमें 4.8 करोड़ लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, उस पोर्टल के माध्यम से हम लोगों ने देखो अपना देश पीपल्स चॉइस अवार्ड जो है, कहने का मतलब है कि आप उस पोर्टल पे जाइए, innovateindia.mygov.in देखो अपना देश लॉगिन पर जाके आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं और 5 कैटेगरीज हैं उसमें जिसमें आप जो है देखो अपना देश में आप वोट कर सकते हैं।
The poll is part of government's broader vision to promote domestic tourism while also boosting international tourism, ensuring India's treasures are recognized on global stage.
With the goal of developing these destinations into world-class tourist hotspots, Dekho Apna Desh or the People's Choice 2024 is a step towards celebrating the rich tapestry of India's natural and cultural wonders. This initiative will not only transform the tourism infrastructure in India, but it will also create employment contributing to country's economy. With camera person Vinod Oja, I am Kriti Vadhera reporting from New Delhi for DD India.
And next news of India's mission MOSUM. In an exclusive interview, DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya spoke to Dr. M. Ravichandran, who is the Secretary in the Ministry of Earth Sciences. He spoke of how the Government of India has taken the much-needed step to boost weather preparedness and climate-related science, research and services through what's being called Mission MOSUM.
John M. is Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences to talk about Mission MOSUM. So tell us more about this mission. It's a huge outlay that has been granted by the Government of India.
This Mission MOSUM is primarily aimed to improve the weather forecast. The present condition to further how we can improve the weather forecast. For that, we try to go for more number of observations, understanding, modeling and dissemination chain, how to strengthen. That is what we are looking at it. So primarily we are looking for more number of observations. It is one-fold increase in observations we are aiming. Thereby we can expect the better weather forecast in the coming years.
And how do you guys plan to increase that from currently 39 to 100 in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think we have a capability in India to produce the radar with very many manufacturers. 4 to 5 manufacturers are there. So we will approach them and see that how fast they can be able to deliver. At least in next 18 months or so, we will definitely set up by at least 100 radars.
Especially in Delhi and other places, sporadic rainfall activity happens. Do you believe that this particular mission MOSUM will help in, getting a more detailed analysis?
Yeah, as I mentioned, this Mission MOSUM is to observe more and more. Yeah. If you have more and more observations, your nowcast will be better and better. Right. And thereby the forecast also will be better. So that is why the Mission MOSUM is nothing but observe everything.
Much appreciated time. So that was Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences, saying that the Mission MOSUM is going to be there and they will be observing everything. It's a 2,000 crore outlay that the government has sanctioned, and in the next 2 years the ministry is planning to have 100 radars in the country. With camera person Yogesh, this is Tapas Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
India's Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said today that trade and commerce have started with Bangladesh. Trucks carrying essential commodities and other items are plying between the two countries.
Trade and commerce have started with Bangladesh. Trucks are plying between the two countries, carrying essential commodities and whatever else that is being traded between India and Bangladesh. We had given you details about our High Commissioner calling on when he made the introductory call on the Chief Advisor, and he discussed issues of mutual interest, where he conveyed that India will continue to work with Bangladesh to fulfill this shared aspirations of the people of both countries for prosperity, security, and development. So that is, how we approach. We are approaching our engagement with Bangladesh.
Speaking about the return of Indian nationals from Russia, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson added that 45 Indian nationals have been discharged from the Russian army.
Since Prime Minister's visit, 35 Indian nationals have been discharged. Prior to that, prior to July, his visit, 10 Indian nationals had been discharged. So 45 Indian nationals have been discharged so far. Several of them have come back. 6 of them came back 2 days ago, and several others would be shortly coming back. There are 50 odd Indian nationals who are still with the Russian army, for whom we are trying our best to get them discharged as early as possible.
You're with us on DD India Live, still to come on the show. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell on a 2-day visit to Lebanon. And Spanish Prime Minister meets Venezuelan opposition candidate González Urrutia.
Welcome to Jaipur.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Tanvi Taneja. The 3-day second international conference on green hydrogen, which began yesterday, will run until 13th of September. Indian shuttler Saina Nehwal attended the youth session on day 2 of the conference in New Delhi. Saina Nehwal encouraged youth of the country to make small changes in their lives to promote green energy.
Green hydrogen is something which is, I think, going to be really big in the future. So, I can only tell the youth out there that you are someone who can get the change. When I started playing badminton, I never thought that I can change so much in the country for badminton. But today I see it's the most, second most popular sport in India. And I can only tell the youth out there that you have the strength, you have the energy. So go out there and start these small changes. It will definitely going to help the future generation, and you are the generation right now who can do the right things.
Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Thursday that his government is working on a 10-year plan to fix the National Health Service after an independent report found the system to be in a critical condition. The state-run National Health Service has been in crisis and endured some of the toughest winters in recent years, struggling to recover from the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, long backlogs for elective procedures and industrial action. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said that the National Health Service would also need major surgery, not sticking plaster solutions to cope with the rising costs of looking after an aging population without hiking taxes.
The NHS may be broken, but it's not beaten. As the report says, the NHS may be in a critical condition, but its vital signs are strong. And we need to have the courage to deliver long-term reform. Major surgery, not sticking plasters. We've got to face up to the challenges.
US Secretary of State Antony Blinken landed in Poland and had a meeting with Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski on Thursday. Their discussions focused on bolstering support for Ukraine in its conflict with Russia and enhancing US defense collaboration with Poland. Washington's top diplomat travels to NATO ally Poland following a visit to Kiev, where he heard Ukrainian officials' appeals to be allowed to fire Western-supplied missiles deep into the Russian territory. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell visited the headquarters of the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, known as UNIFIL, in southern Lebanon. Borrell is on a two-day visit to Lebanon, where he is also meeting with Lebanese officials. UNIFIL was established in 1978 and it patrols Lebanon's southern border with Israel. Iran-backed Hezbollah has been trading fire with Israel in parallel with the Gaza conflict. The Lebanese group has said that it will continue fighting Israel as long as the conflict in Gaza is ongoing. Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez met with Venezuelan presidential candidate Edmundo González and his daughter at the Moncloa Palace. González has taken refuge since Sunday there. Immediately after his departure, a majority of lawmakers passed a symbolic motion saying he won the July 28th presidential polls, which is not recognized by the Spanish Prime Minister. In Vietnam, Typhoon Yagi, the most powerful storm to hit Asia this year, has wreaked havoc across the Southeast Asian nation, leaving a trail of destruction and claiming at least 179 lives in its wake. As the Red River swelled to a 20-year high, thousands of residents in Hanoi were forced to evacuate their homes, leaving streets submerged in water. The storm, which made landfall on Saturday in the northern part of the country, brought torrential rains and strong winds, leading to widespread flooding and landslides. The flooding caused significant damage to infrastructure, including the collapse of a bridge on Monday. So as a result of the flooding, schools in Hanoi have been forced to close for the rest of the week, and thousands of residents in low-lying areas have been evacuated to safety. In some sad news coming from India, veteran leader of the Communist Party of India, Marxist, CPIM, Sitaram Yechury, passed away on Thursday at the age of 72 after fighting a prolonged illness. He had been receiving treatment for acute respiratory tract infection at the AIIMS, that's All India Institute of Medical Sciences, since August the 19th. His death was announced by CPIM via their X handle that read, "It is with profound grief that we announce the passing of our beloved comrade Sitaram Yechury at 3:03 p.m. today, September 12th, at AIIMS, New Delhi. He was suffering from a respiratory tract infection which developed complications." The opening ceremony of the 47th WorldSkills competition was held on Tuesday at the LDLC Arena near the city of Lyon in France, marking the official beginning of the event. India's Minister of State for Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Jayant Chaudhary, graced the opening ceremony. India proudly stands as the fourth largest delegation at the event. With over 13,000 attendees from across the globe, Team India made a remarkable impression at the WorldSkills 2024 competition, standing out with their distinct ceremonial attire that showcased the nation's rich cultural heritage, exquisite craftsmanship and sartorial elegance. Ahead of Sri Lanka's presidential election, TikTok has ramped up efforts to combat misinformation by partnering with IFCN accredited fact-checking organization News Checker. The platform has also launched an election center in English, Sinhala and Tamil, offering authoritative information and enabling users to flag misleading content. TikTok will remove content that violates its guidelines and redirect users to reliable sources of information to curb the spread of unverified claims. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi met and greeted India's Paris Paralympians at his residence in New Delhi on Thursday. Prime Minister Modi was seen interacting with the para-athletes. listening to their success stories from Paris during the meeting. India won as many as 29 medals in a historic Paralympics campaign in Paris, bettering their previous best tally of 19 from the Tokyo Games in 2021. India stood at the 18th position in the points table with a total of 29 medals, including 7 golds, 9 silver and 13 bronze, highlighting the tremendous progress and dedication of India's para-athletes on the global stage. And Taylor Swift's black and white music video Fortnite featuring Post Malone won Video of the Year on Wednesday. It is the top honor at the MTV's annual Video Music Awards. The Fortnite video was released in April to accompany the first single from Swift's album, The Tortured Poets Department. In her acceptance speech, Swift remarked on her boyfriend, footballer Travis Kelce's support during the filming of the video. Other winners of the evening included Sabrina Carpenter for the Best Song Award and Chappell Roan for the Best New Artist. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter and Instagram at DD India Live. And for those on the go, you can download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates on the go. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. We'll be back with more news as it breaks around DD India. I'm Tanvita Neja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.